Hey YouTube, this video is going to be my second video about Indigo Children, Indigo Children Part 2. So here we go. First of all, I want to stress, you do not need all the characteristics that I described in my first video about Indigo Children to be a Indigo child. It is not all necessary to have all of the characteristics. It probably isn't that possible. I'm pretty sure there's plenty of Indigo children that do have all the characteristics, but there are also plenty of Indigo children that may have only 3 or 5 or just 6 of the characteristics. So if you're out there and you saw my first video and you were only you only connected with maybe 2 or 3 of the characteristics, don't think right away, oh no, I'm not an Indigo child, this isn't true. Just wait, just explore more about yourself and learn more about yourself before you start making assumptions that you're just a normal person, because you're not. Not that being normal is a bad thing, but this video is actually for people who don't feel like they're normal, or they feel like there's something wrong with them, but there's nothing wrong with you at all. So that is very important. Also, that's one of the central characteristics. I'm actually going to describe 3 that I believe all Indigo children share, so that this can actually help you out if you're not sure if you're an Indigo child or not. The second one I'm going to say is we all have a built-in lie detector. We know when we're being lied to, almost all of the time. Nobody's perfect. People might get... Sorry, my neighbors made a noise. I was wondering who that was. Never mind, got distracted. Yeah, we all have a built-in lie detector. We all know when we're being lied to. As I was saying, nobody's perfect. Some people might be able to get a lie over us, but that's okay. Like 95% of the time we know. Even 80% or 70%. You might not be totally attuned to your inner lie detector, but if you're someone who usually most of the time knows when you're being lied to, there you go, you know. And the third one I'm going to say is that all Indigo children have a higher spiritual awareness, a higher spiritual intelligence, if you will. It can be anything. You can see ghosts and earthbound spirits. You might see darker spirits or demons, if you will. You might see angels or fairies. You might be clairvoyant. You may have many psychic abilities. You may have only one. You may not have developed these abilities all the way, and you may have developed them all the way. But that is a very important characteristic for Indigo children. You can be very empathic as well. You might be able to sense all the energies around you, whether it be from people, or the earth, plants, the trees, animals. Maybe you have prophetic dreams. You dream of what's going to happen before it happens. I know that's happened to me before. Or you might have a fascination with a different type of spirituality or religious beliefs. Maybe you're into Wicca, or you're pagan, or you're looking more into witchcraft, or you're reading more metaphysics, or you're learning about new age stuff, or you're looking at shamanism or any type of magic or alternative belief systems. That's definitely one of them. Or you may still be a traditional religion, like Christian or Jewish or Catholic, or anything like that, any monotheistic religion. That's okay. You can still be an Indigo child. So that's the 3 central characteristics I believe that all Indigo children have in common. I have read about them too. I'll go over it again. We all have a built-in lie detector. We all have a higher spiritual awareness or higher spiritual intelligence, or be interested in more spiritual things, like there's something more out there than what we see and feel with our hands. And oh no, I left one out. The next one is, actually, I'm sorry, we are all very upset with the system of things. Old systems that have been going on in our world for way too long, and they're not working anymore. That is another central characteristic and part of who we are, and it gets us very angry, and sometimes the angry acting out in anger is misdirected and not channeled correctly, so you might get angry about almost anything. But mainly it's about systems, old systems in school, old systems in the government, in the judicial system, in the political systems, anything like that upsets you. For example, for me, I get really upset with school systems, public school systems, even private school systems. It just isn't working anymore, which is why there's so many dropouts in our country. I'll get into that maybe another day. But there we go. That's the 3 characteristics. You're very angry with old systems, you have a higher spiritual awareness, and you have a built-in lie detector. Okay, so let's say you've listened to this video and my other one, and you're saying, okay, maybe I am an indigo child. Now what? What does that mean? I will tell you. The thing about indigo children is that we were sent here from wherever you believe we came from heaven, from the Summerlands, being reincarnated into a different time. We were sent here to break down old systems and make way for a new way of life and a new way of our world. And actually, that has to do with the crystal children. Indigo children were also sent here to make a way for the crystal children to grow up and be able to turn our messed up world and try to change things and try to bring peace within families, within schools, or within anything like that. Because the crystal children are way more sensitive, and they don't have that anger or that edge to them. They're more of a peaceful type of being, of personality. I actually have a crystal child for a cousin, and she is adorable. She's 3 years old, and some characteristics about them are crystal children have huge, beautiful eyes, like big eyes. Excuse me. And when you look at them, it seems like they're looking right through you into your soul. That is usually something about that's usually present within every crystal child. Also, they are very, very, very attracted to crystals like amethyst, quartz crystals, citrine, everything like that, hence the name crystal child. My cousin actually loves the crystals. I showed her mine and she was absolutely fascinated from the moment she put her little hands on it. But I will make another video about the crystal children. Sorry, I'm shaking my computer. But, okay, so now what? You need to figure out what it is that pisses you off about our world and the systems around you. Then you need to figure out what you can do about it. Maybe you can be an activist or change something in your community. The possibilities are endless. Just think about it, look within yourself, and try to figure out what is it that you can do to help create some change. Because we indigo children do not care what people think, and we will be brutally honest, and if you channel that anger the right way, it will give you an extreme amount of motivation to continue and to do what it is that you are sent here to do. And that's pretty much all of it in a nutshell. I'll go over it again. I believe there are 3 central characteristics of every indigo child that are shared. A built-in lie detector, the first one. Second, a higher spiritual awareness. Third, being very angry with the old systems in our world. And so now what? Take what I'm saying the way you will, but know that you're here to change things and to make change, and you were sent here to do something wonderful, and your life is not wasted, and there's nothing wrong with you at all. You're made perfect, and you're all very, very beautiful, and you need to know that, to remember it. and I probably will be making more videos on this topic, but that's it for today. Thanks for watching.